Alright, we are here, recovering, just got home from a little trip out to Arizona, so for Tour Stop 2 of WFP, doing a little recovery sesh, and I figured no better time than to go over the weekend. I had a pretty solid showing, I would say. Mostly good things to report, but we'll go over the small things that went wrong as well. And yeah, so it's going to be a sauna cold little recap session here.
Do you usually time yourself?
Yeah, usually, but I didn't this time. Befriend had me at 28th day. That was crazy. I wish I could redo my name though.
Why?
I said it too, it was too, pronounced it too hard.
Oh.
Jack. Farlow.
I don't think anyone would notice that. Overall, the weekend was like one of your best competition weekends?
Yeah, I think it is.
It is.
Better than 5th at Waterpalooza or anything. To be honest, it was kind of just like, it went how it should have, basically. Usually, I feel like I underperform hard. Not that I'm not good and that I was showing my truth. Like, I just feel like I always underperform in at least a few. So this one was just I tried to use everything I've learned from basically not having a good competition in like 18 laps. And then also the workouts, there was nothing that I feared. So I did 2 miles in 12 minutes on the track, like here, a few weeks before. And I knew that wasn't going to be like really good, so if I could shave like 10-15 seconds. But then it was on turf, which definitely isn't as like responsive. And this was also first comp with coach too.
Oh.
That was really good. But I didn't know what to expect.
Mm-hmm.
But he said, these guys are idiots. Just run your race. Do not care about what they do. And I would say I was like 90% successful and maybe even total. Cause yeah, out of the gates, like the best runners are running like a 3:20.
Yeah, Ricky said out of the gate it was like 3 and then they averaged 3:30.
Yeah. And yeah, they're running a 3 out of the gate for a sustained period of time.
Right.
Not like a little burst to start.
Yeah.
I was in my 28th, that's it. Settling in. And then, but I still wasn't gaining on anyone. The only thing that was giving me peace was that Olsen and Chandler didn't go, so they were a little bit ahead of me at this point, but like close enough that I was like, well, maybe we'll just come in with like this is fine. But then like 600 meters in Medeiros bolts by me, so now I'm in like second and third last. My favorite part was like, yeah, we passed quite a few people, and then me and Olsen came up to BKG and Pepper. And we probably attached that group with like 600 meters to go. And kind of ran together for like 200, and I was just like holding on to the back of that. And then with like 400, I just dropped the hammer and I dropped the whole group, which was so nice to not have to sprint to finish. I just kept looking back.
Nice.
So yeah, I was really happy with that. And the way I paced it, it wasn't like devastating at the end. Yeah, like it was a 10, or I'd say if I sprinted the last 50 meters, it would be 10. I think it was 9.5 out of 10. But that's a lot different than falling apart and then holding on for a mile. It's brutal what that does too. Then the second event, I thought I might come bottom 3.
Yeah, you did great though.
Yeah.
Did you surprised yourself on that one?
Yeah, so I knew I could do 18 and a half minutes. But everyone I talked to was at least like 17 and a half. In warm-up, I was going to do 10.64 on handstands. Because when I practiced it, I always did it as my last thing in the session. And the other stuff is so hard that I wanted to take big rests on the handstand to bring the heart rate down and stuff. But then in warm-up area, I was doing some strict practice, and David Spurn, coach, he said, nobody is moving those handstands as fast as you. Just do 6.554 and don't grind until like set around 4 or 5. Like, don't kick up if it means you're going to be grinding. And so that's how I kept my pace. Was like, am I ready to not go 5 faster? Hooking up. And yeah, so then I was and then going out into the warm-up area, or into the corrals, I was watching guys in Heat 1 just get destroyed, hands on box, between burpees, like the slowest. So I was like, okay, I just need to pick a pace that's gonna be like 18 and a half, and just do not, like, it's gonna feel really easy to start, and then, yeah. And so that's exactly what I did. And my mom was watching apparently on my second rope climb, she was already telling people I was hurt because I was everyone else had gone it, and she said, "Jim, you must be hurt." But that was so fun to just like be in the back. And so if there's one I wouldn't want to do again, it's, I don't know, they all suck, but they were kind of my kind of suck, like power output, not chest to bar, thrusters suck. But yeah, after the bike, my head, every heartbeat, it went up, and like pressurized my head brutal.
Like got worse as it went on, like after like rest.
Yeah, as soon as
worse back in the corral.
No. After the 40 cal bike sprint to finish.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
The
yeah.
walk back was it getting worse?
Oh yeah. I went on.
We saw you on the floor, like you were hurt. But
I went on the CT bike. In training, I got on the last 40 cal bike after doing the deadlifts much slower too, and was holding on to 500 watts. And there I started at 600 watts, and with 20 cals left, brought it to 900. Core memory unlocked. Prior to the Max Clean event, me and my coach, who was Brent's old coach when he was competing, we were all in the back, kind of last few minutes before going out to the corral, and we were kind of making the game plan. Like, we knew I could do whatever, maybe a bit over 400 on a good day, and then so we kind of came up with this game plan that it's 407 to tie the previous best from Tudor in the heat before. And then, event win would be nice too. So keep an eye on Guy. And if he's within, reachable distance, then try for the win. So the two things were 407, keep an eye on Guy. And as, I hit my last lift, and as I'm walking to the corral, Brent's tailing me by like a foot. And he's right in my ear, and he just keeps whispering, 407, keep an eye on Guy. 407, keep an eye on Guy. And it was, I don't know why, it was like, one of my like CrossFit like heroes. And then also just the fact of like prepping me right in my ear like a fighter about to like go back in for another round. It was just so funny. And then that was what was in my head the whole time. And I hit 407 and I kept an eye on Guy, but he was not close to me, so I just called it a day at 407. That's what you want, though. But we took like 7 of them, maybe.
Oh, really? Is it cheaper than Uber?
Similar. We probably end up paying $15 more over 7 trips, like just a little bit. But sometimes it's cheaper.
And do you get to pick your own music and stuff?
Yeah, dude, it's way better than Uber. Unless you think it's gonna kill you, it's way better than Uber. It's a nice car, Jaguar. At one point, we pulled up on it went to a single lane, and it was a cop directing traffic. I was like, this is not gonna be good. And it was really hesitant to go because it saw a human, yeah. And then the cop started shouting at the guy, go.
Really?
Yeah.
And it finally went?
Yeah, but I don't know if it was a result of the shouting.
Or just figured it out?
It just saw that the guy wasn't moving. And,
that's actually an interesting use case.
Yeah. There's so many. Every trip was like, oh god. Will Morad said that you could row as hard as you can. I haven't touched 100-pound dumbbells like that since semis last year. So it's been a year without doing that move with the hundreds, which is way different than 50s. So in practice, I rode like pretty much, like probably like a true 9 out of 10 500-meter row, and then I got off and probably took way too long to pick up the dumbbells, and then couldn't even finish the lunge. And I never did it again, but I did a ton of lunging practice, just like 25-meter lengths. But for me, it's mostly about upper body for the lunge, because if I lose like a strong position and they start to like kind of pull me, then it's game over. So, so then I rode like a 120, probably 8 or 9 average on game day versus a 124 is a big difference. And then my transition to the dumbbells was actually too long, but it was like way short.
That was an exciting race.
Yeah.
You guys almost every single person got off at this exact same time.
Right. Or within like 2 seconds, yeah. And then I think I was probably like 4th or 5th. I was like maybe 1st or 2nd off the row, 4th or 5th to start lunging. And then I just tried to just step through. Like sometimes I had to match feet because of like balance, but I tried to just keep stepping through. So I probably passed or caught 2 or 3 people. And I beat Hopper like pretty clear as day, but the chip timer said he crossed first.
Yes. And then you had an appeal, right?
Yeah, so I had like it was just so clear. Like there was a picture I have of like my whole body across and none of his. Yeah, no, that's kind of problematic.
So did he end up getting a higher result than you did?
No, they changed it.
Yes, they changed it.
They gave me as small of an increment, which is fine. Above him is.
How was the body feeling after Saturday?
It was all the workouts were very intense, but for me none of them were made you really sore. Like the deadlifts would have made me sore had I not been doing so many leading like at that weight leading into it. The lunges would have made me sore if it was like the first time I did them. I got sore. Yeah, I think the biggest like fatigue thing was grip on event 6 from event 5, which was the heavy row. 7th in the final heat on the workout that's not wheelhouse. To be honest, my biggest probably issue there was the pirouettes. I didn't fail any. I got as damn close a few times.
Talk about the workouts leading up to. Are you guys like chirping a lot, or you guys are pretty just like chill, keep each other like?
No chirping. Yeah, no chirping. We didn't really even talk about scores. Like I talked a little bit to them each about like 1 or 2 of the workouts in practice. But to be honest, you go out there and it's like it doesn't even matter for most of them. Like a 2-mile run, sure, you'll be pretty close to practice time. But with transitions and stuff like that, I think Tudor was salty because I tied him on the clean but beat him by like 1 second on the lunge, so then I beat him on both. But those guys are so good. I definitely couldn't stay with anyone. The last day we had a group Chick-fil-A run, which is good. Tudor was eating. Well, I was eating very clean, except I would always have Chick-fil-A for dinner. And then, funny, day 2, Jenkins got it. And then day 3, everyone got it. And Tudor had a hell of a last day, too, so.
What's your go-to order?
I got a spicy chicken, medium fries, medium lemonade. Yeah. Those other guys, they went a bit more crazy. Jenkins got a milkshake, sandwich, and like 12-piece nugget. And some diet lemonade, I think. Tudor got a sandwich, nuggets, and lemonade. So the boys are just filled of pure rocket fuel.
Like, how did you guys get locked out?
Well, all weekend the keypad was finicky. Like you had to like really press it hard, and then when we came back after the last, it just would not turn on. And then the guy said, "I'm gonna send one of my neighbor friends over there just to check it out," as if he didn't believe us.
Right,
that it wasn't.
right.
I don't know. I thought they were trying to get money back for it, but.
How'd you guys get in? Do you?
The guy came like an hour
okay.
later to change it. Well, we went in that time. We went to In-N-Out
Okay.
on Sunday night.
In-N-Out.
Yeah. In-N-Out's fries are bottom of the barrel, dude. And so this time the fries were so bad. You would think like you can't mess up fries. They're just no good. They're stale and not salty and not. So I just got 2 birds.
Okay.
But yeah, and then I went to Cheesecake Factory with Emma that same night. It was like just stuff. It's gross.
Do you feel like you can eat a lot on Sundays? Because a lot of people say that they eat so much compared to the weekend. Like, do you feel like you have an appetite?
I would say I ate above caloric maintenance, probably about like 300 or 400 calories on Friday, Saturday, and I was probably on track to do that again Sunday. But the In-N-Out and Cheesecake Factory was just way overboard. And at that point, you know, I've eaten like well for like, I haven't really gone out for dinner, so like it's kind of fun. Mm-hmm. And it's also nice because you get one night out of the way and then you're like, I'm so ready to just be back to feeling good. No, I don't have any issue eating during comp though.
Okay.
Some people lose weight or
yeah, some people
are just so, I don't know, nervous maybe that food isn't appealing.
Well, I've seen you just eat a bowl of rice. So I mean, you pretty much can stuff anything down.
100%. And I wrote a little blog thing. Yeah.
I haven't read that yet.
Yeah. So if anyone wants to check that out, but
yes, we'll share the link in the description.
Okay, good. But yeah, I have no issue. I basically, and I say this in the thing, but I just try to always feel at the perfect fullness if I had to like go warm up right away. Like, give me 30 minutes notice and I could compete. So never too stuffed and never hungry really.
So how many Fantas, Mott's, Costco bars went down this weekend?
There's 0 Fantas, unfortunately.
Oh no!
Yeah.
How do you get a sponsorship if you're not going to be trucking Fantas around?
I did see Yellahosty had 2 prior to their
Yes,
run.
I did hear that.
Yeah.
He's a Fanta guy as well. You guys should team up and try to get a sponsorship.
We should.
Get Fanta CrossFit.
We should. Anyone that watches pro cycling is drinking Fanta, I'm telling you, yeah.
Right.
Well, I went to Costco twice before. And
give the people what they want.
This is a funny little story. When I picked Ty and Tudor up from the airport, they needed to go to the grocery store. And I suggested that we go to Target. And these guys looked at me in disgust. Target? Anywhere but Target. Aldi. And I thought Aldi was like a discount bad. Yeah. But these guys, no, it's good stuff. Meanwhile, I'd been to Target. They have every brand, you could get grass-fed organic if you wanted there. But no. So then we went to Costco, and we actually bailed on the trip because it was just like, we don't need 5 of these.
Right.
Yeah.
You don't need. We're only here for 3 days.
Yeah, right. So we were in line, and we're like, and it's so hot in the car that you can't really leave anything.
So you actually did most of your shopping and then just bailed.
We reversed, yeah, and then went to Target, yeah. Outrageous.
Okay. No Whole Foods. I mean, I saw a few people in Whole Foods.
Whole Foods is far though.
That's bougie.
Yeah.
Yes, it is far.
That was the issue. Yeah, so mostly I just had eggs, pancake, and then my like kind of bad carb source was Thomas cinnamon raisin English muffin with jam. I had a lot of those, and then everything else was pretty much Gatorade. I had some of the RX oat bars. Everything else was pretty much regular food, rice and potatoes and meat and stuff.
Nice.
Had a salad every night, but no other vegetables. So yeah, all good. Yeah.
What was like? Give me like a highlight of your weekend.
The first 2 days were so good, man. Every event on the first 2 days, when I would finish and walk back, I would look at my coach and we'd like dap him up. We were just pumped. Like for every event, I just did my thing. And to be fair, I did my thing on the last 2 events. The second last one, great. Like 9 out of 10, 8 out of 10 probably. I had a couple stumbles, but no fails on the pirouette. But the last one, I was like, I'm in perfect position. This is gonna top 5, move up to like 7th or 8th here. And then I had an issue on the rings where it's like penduluming. Mm-hmm. And a lot of guys had it. I've never experienced that. Unless my technique is changed or it's a product of like, I don't know, maybe the lane you're in and the rig kind of move. If you're more in the middle, there's more movement. I don't know, but even in the warm-up area, I was like, what is going on? Why do I keep doing that? So then that was the only one where I was like slower than practice. And I was like, man, am I going to move outside the top 15 here? And 15 to 16 is $5,000 and 2.5. It's like a big jump. But thankfully, some people in the final heat didn't do as well. So I went to 13 from 11, which I was like, okay, whatever. I was a little salty that Tudor jumped me, to be honest. But yeah, the lunge was like, the event 1 and 2 was great because I was in the back and had a good finish, which is always cool. So I'd say event 2 was the highlight for that, or the lunge coming off PR'd my clean. And then I was just competing on the lunge. Like it's an awesome feeling. So I'd say those are the 2 highlights. Yeah. This weekend definitely seemed like a power, explosive theme, which is probably why it was good for like a guy like me or Tudor. But to be fair, Tudor came 10th at the games and 10th here. I'll be excited for the finals. I feel like a 4-day, like 3-event-a-day comp is just more of a grueling test where, like emotional and psychological factors come into play versus 3 days, 2 events that you can kind of just get through it. You can fake it a little bit more. But, yeah, and then also swimming in the finals, something I practice a lot, so I'll be glad to finally do that. But nah, like, I don't know, it's too early to say. I've only done 2 events from Will, so.
You obviously reached your goal to make it to Copenhagen now. Like, next goal is to get a pro card.
Yeah, everyone,
decimate the field.
Right. Yeah. Everyone was. I'm happy with my finish. But to be honest, I'm not shocked. Other people seem to be shocked. I'm not. Maybe because I knew like how I practice the events. I know how things go in training. And it's kind of like there's no miracles or like.
Yeah.
I kind of just felt the way I should. And so before the event, everyone was saying like, because they posted the guarantee, like.
Yes.
So I think for me, if everything else went, everyone else who's below me like won, and worst case scenario, if I came 15th, I think it was 15th, I would have made it. And everyone was like, oh, is that like, this kind of thing, like, I don't want to just scrape in 30th. Sure, if as long as I make it, it's like, okay, I'd be very upset if I didn't make it. And if I did make it, then it's like, okay, success. But I was kind of hoping to climb, like I was in 34th overall. Mm-hmm. And so I didn't want to just squeak into 30th and kind of have no shot in Copenhagen, just show up. So that was, especially after things started well, then I was like, yeah, okay, like, I need to just get as high as possible here. And I think I'm in 22nd in the overall standings. I was like 4th or 5th challenger, so quite a few challengers have gone into the top 20. And so now with double points, like another good finish should boost me. So yeah, I'm glad I put myself in striking distance, and that was kind of the A goal, and like the C goal was to just make the finals, scrape in. So yeah, everything went well in that regard.
Nice.
Yeah.
So you're gonna spend Christmas in Denmark or what?
I have no idea. I had my first day in school today, and I just kept immediately going to the syllabus of each class and looking for the final. And thankfully a lot of the classes don't have finals. So worst nightmare is like they won't even change a date. So then I'm going like a day before comp. But I think I can get there in good time. And I'm gonna travel beautifully. Of compression, all over me. I'm gonna have my meals perfectly packed.
You'll take pride in that.
Yeah, oh yeah. I'm gonna do everything possible.
Nice. And then WFP, do they pay for you to go over there?
I don't think so.
No, they don't.
I don't think so. I haven't heard anything about that.
Okay.
Um,
Have you heard anything about like what a pro card would mean for you? Like, do you know anything about the dollar amount or like?
I know nothing about the dollar amount. So that's it's hard to like, something saying hard to assess value, which is true, not knowing the dollar amount. However, I do know there's at least value in getting a hotel, getting flight, and not doing qualifying, and that has a lot of value. So yeah, any guaranteed amount, that would be nice too.
Just a bonus.
Yeah, but you hope to win a lot, right?
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, not be all.
What's your total season earnings from WFP so far?
1K Challenger, 5K, so 6.
What do you do with that money?
Live, sustain life.
Okay, so you're not going to buy something.
No, because
Put it back to the bills.
I have school now, and then I hardly have any income. So that will get me through the next 8 months.
So you're not a guy that like if you won $30,000, you're like being loose with that money. You're gonna.
Well, if I had ample already, sure.
No, I'm just saying.
I'd be loose. I'd be loose.
Say you go to Copenhagen, you win 20 grand.
I'd be more likely to spend to buy fancy supplements and stuff. I'd stock up. I'd get some ketones in me probably, but
3 months supply of Fanta.
yeah, exactly. No, I don't know. And then now I have some small lump sum coming in, and then you can fill up the TFSA and stuff. I don't know. Until all that's done, then maybe I'll start buying myself something nice. I bought a chain the other day.
Nice.
That was like $250.
Okay. Nice.
That's what I bought myself as a treat for making pro.
Okay, good for you.
Was the chain.
Good for you.
And then I wore it to check it.
Nice.
Yeah. So yeah.
What do you find is your secret for passing the time on weekends like that? When you have time, you just
you're kind of dreading the whole next event so much, just from a nervous standpoint, that when you don't want time to pass, it passes. So it's easy to go up to the room and burn 2 hours on YouTube or something. So Pirates of the Caribbean on the TV, but that was
classic.
Alright, so that was WFP recap. Thanks for watching. Hopefully get some more videos as we build here for the finals in Copenhagen. I'm ready to press down on the gas just a little more in training. Finally, and hopefully get the best out of myself in Copenhagen. So we'll have some more things covering that build, but let us know if you have any ideas or things you want to see. I'm back in school now, so life is pretty busy, and maybe we could capture kind of what that looks like now. But any other ideas, let us know in the comments below, and we'll get some more videos soon.